something else, Eddie Cochran.
Who was the rock and roll musician that captured teenage frustration and desire in the mid-1950s and early 1960s? Eddie Cochran. Let's dive into his life and see his journey. Eddie Cochran's story is a classic tale of a small-town boy with big dreams. Born in October of 1938, Cochran was a man of many talents. His love of music was evident from a young age, and he was not content to simply play an instrument. No. Cochran wanted to master them all. He taught himself to play the blues guitar, but that was just the beginning. He also played piano, bass, and drums, making him a versatile powerhouse in the world of rock and roll. In 1954, a significant partnership was forged. Cochran teamed up with guitarist Hank Cochran, no relation mind you, and together they formed a duo. Their collaboration was a fruitful one, but it was not meant to last. The duo split in 1955, leading Eddie Cochran down a new path. With the end of one partnership came the beginning of another.
Well, listen, pretty baby, let's go out tonight. Tell your mama not to worry, everything's gonna be alright.
Cochran found a new collaborator in Jerry Capehart, and together they embarked on a songwriting journey. This was a turning point in Cochran's career, a period where his creativity was truly allowed to flourish.
Well, Genie, come and dance with me. Well, I teach you every dance from here across the sea.
But it wasn't just his musical talent that set Cochran apart. His image as a sharply dressed, good-looking young man with a rebellious attitude epitomized the stance of the 1950s rocker. He wasn't just a musician, he was an icon, representative of a generation looking for something new, something different, something rock and roll. And then, it happened. The moment that would catapult Cochran into the big leagues. He performed his song 20 Flight Rock in the film The Girl Can't Help It, starring Jane Mansfield.
Walk 1, flight 3, flight 4, 5, 6, 7, flight 8, flight more. Up on the 12th, I'm starting to drag. 15 before I'm already.
This performance marked Cochran's first taste of real success and set the stage for his future fame. Following that memorable film appearance, Cochran landed a recording contract with Liberty Records, a significant milestone in any musician's journey. His first record for the label, Sittin' in the Balcony, was a hit. It climbed the ranks of the Billboard charts, ultimately reaching the 18th spot. This was no small feat for the young rocker and marked the beginning of his rise to fame. But Cochran was not a one-hit wonder. He continued to churn out songs that resonated deeply with teenagers of the mid-50s and early 60s. His music, characterized by its raw energy and unfiltered emotions, captured the essence of teenage frustration and desire. One of his most well-known hits, Summertime Blues, became an anthem for young people everywhere.
Plus, I'm gonna raise a holler.
With its catchy rhythm and relatable lyrics, it expressed the universal experience of yearning for freedom during the lazy, seemingly endless days of summer. Then came Come On Everybody, a call to let loose and enjoy life, an invitation to dance and forget the world's troubles. This song too found its way into the hearts of many, further cementing Cochran's status as a rock and roll sensation. Cochran's hit parade didn't stop there. Something Else, another gem from his collection, continued the tradition of encapsulating the spirit of youth in a few minutes of compelling rock and roll.
But that ain't stopping from my thinking to myself. She's your fine looking, man. She's something else.
His life took an emotional turn in early 1959 when his friends Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper died in a tragic plane crash. This event deeply affected Cochran, leading him to record 3 Stars, a tribute to his fallen friends. Haunted by a premonition of his own early death,
Gee, we're gonna miss you. Everybody sends their love.
Cochran yearned to give up touring and focus solely on making music in the studio. His music and persona have left an indelible mark on the world of rock and roll, influencing generations of musicians and fans alike. Eddie Cochran's promising career was tragically cut short at the age of 21. It was a fateful day in April of 1960, at the tail end of his British tour with fellow musician Gene Vincent. After wrapping up a performance at the Bristol Hippodrome, a private hire taxi was to take them to their next venue. But destiny had a different plan. The taxi was involved in a high-speed traffic accident in Chippenham, Wiltshire. The impact was severe, and Cochran was thrown from the vehicle, sustaining serious brain injuries. While Vincent and songwriter Sharon Sheeley, who were also in the taxi, survived with major injuries, Cochran was not as fortunate. He was rushed to St Martin's Hospital in Bath, Somerset, but succumbed to his injuries the very next day. An eerie footnote to this tragic event is that musician Tony Sheridan had asked to ride along with them, but was turned down. By this twist of fate, Sheridan narrowly escaped the accident, and he later went on to play a significant role in shaping many British groups in Hamburg, contributing to the British invasion. The sudden and untimely death of Eddie Cochran sent shockwaves through the music industry. His vibrant energy, rebellious attitude, and innovative techniques had breathed new life into rock and roll music. He was an icon of his era, and his loss was deeply felt by fans and fellow musicians alike. But death is not the end, especially for artists like Cochran. His music outlived him, echoing through time and inspiring countless others. His songs, released both during his lifetime and posthumously, have been recorded by a diverse range of artists, proving the timeless appeal of his work. Cochran's death marked the end of an era, but his legacy in rock and roll music continued. His life may have been brief, but his impact was, and continues to be, profound. The story of Eddie Cochran is a reminder of the power of music and the enduring spirit of rock and roll. Though Cochran's best-known songs were released during his lifetime, more of his songs were released posthumously. It's a testament to his talent, his creativity, and the timeless appeal of his music. His short yet impactful career left an indelible mark on the world of rock and roll. In the years following his tragic departure, the world continued to recognize and celebrate his contributions to music. One such acknowledgement came in 1987, when Cochran was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A fitting tribute to a man who had done so much to shape the genre. But the influence of Eddie Cochran stretches far beyond accolades and awards. It resonates in the music of countless artists who followed in his footsteps. His songs have been recorded by a wide variety of musicians, attesting to the universal appeal of his sound. From country to punk, from pop to rock, Cochran's music transcends genre boundaries, touching hearts and inspiring artists around the globe. A particularly notable instance of Cochran's influence lies in the story of a young Paul McCartney. When auditioning for John Lennon's skiffle group, The Quarrymen, McCartney chose to perform Cochran's 20 Flight Rock. It was a bold choice, and it paid off. McCartney's rendition of the song impressed Lennon so much that he was immediately hired into the group. This group, of course, would later evolve into the legendary Beatles, changing the face of music forever, and so, the legacy of Eddie Cochran lives on. His music continues to inspire, to resonate, and to make us feel. His innovative techniques, his rebellious attitude, and his unmistakable rock and roll image are still echoed in the music we listen to today. Eddie Cochran's rebellious spirit, innovative music techniques, and iconic rock and roll image continue to inspire and influence musicians and fans alike.
But that can't stop me from thinking to myself, she's your fine looking, man. She's something else.